Well, hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stu Wetstein, and welcome to the Job Interview Mastery Training course, the College Grad Edition. Now that you're watching this video, it's because you purchased the product, and I want to say thank you. And then I also want to give you a quick overview of what's included in the program. Let's begin with the module training. These are the modules that if we were going to sit down face-to-face, that I've incorporated to simulate as best as I can in 6 modules and over 2 hours of video training. They're all short. Most of them are about 15 minutes in length or less, so they're short, tactical, and with action steps that you can use today. Let's take a look quickly at Module 1. The Candidate Essentials. This is everything from the resume, and we actually include a resume breakout writing session that complicated name, but I'm going to show you exactly what I have candidates put in resumes, especially when they're coming straight out of college, so that you can get on the radar of recruiters and not sort of fail that first test, which is, do you have a professional resume? We're going to cover everything in there from that to your LinkedIn profile. In Module 2, Gathering Intel and Strategy, we're going to talk about the actual appropriate way to prepare, how you can really prepare, immersion, everything from what the press articles say to videos about a CEO, so that when you walk into an interview, you're comfortable, you're relaxed because you don't feel like you're going to get surprised. And then obviously having a strategy to go along with a job search, whether you're just focusing on applying, whether you're doing on-campus recruiting, or if you're going to be doing some marketing like I do as a recruiter, that's what we're going to cover in Module 2. Okay, in Module 3, red flags in practice. If you don't know what a red flag is yet, don't worry. We're going to cover all of that. But those are those things that recruiters and headhunters and hiring managers and HR professionals, those are those reasons that they may disqualify you or at least look at a different candidate with more preference or priority to you. We're going to cover those, and then we're going to talk about practice, because all of these different stages of the interview process, we're never going to be working with scripts, so I don't want you to be scared about that, but we are going to work on polish so that when you get asked any kind of question about a red flag or just why you picked the university you picked, it's not going to sound like you've made it up that day. It's going to be something that you can use to elaborate and also maybe use a little bit of a personal story and separate yourself. Okay, let's talk about Module 4, the day of the interview. We're not to the interview yet, but that day of the interview. There are ways that day can start in a magical way and end in a magical way, or there are ways that day can start with some hiccups, or you can't find the right parking spot, or you had a perfect blue shirt on, but it's really hot and you started sweating. I believe all the candidates I've worked with, if you set this day up in your favor in advance, a couple of days in advance, then you can just kick back and you can relax and you can really focus on the interview and not on all those other details. Then, of course, we've got to get into Module 5, the actual interview. And what I cover is, like they like to say, wherever the statement comes from soup to nuts, everything from that first 90 seconds of the interview to how you close an interview, how you wrap up an interview. These are crucial things. Okay, so that's what's included in Module 5. Let's take a look at what's included in Module number 6. The follow-up. Every bit as crucial as the interview itself is what you do immediately after the interview and then those days after the interview, especially if you're getting radio silence, which is our recruiter code word for you're not hearing back. So we're going to talk about how to follow up effectively, and what to do if you're not hearing back. And then last but hardly least, in Module number 7, we're going to talk about why we're doing this to begin with. The offer, how to manage an offer, how to accept, how to decline if for any reason you were going to do that, and what I'm sure a lot of you are interested in this program for, how to negotiate it. Even though you're just getting out of college, you want to make sure you get the best offer possible. And we dig into that in that module in depth. My partner, Amy, and I, we give you our 30 years of experience of offer after offer, negotiation after negotiation, not so that you can quadruple your salary, because it's probably not going to happen immediately, but how you can maximize it and get the most out of it, because the reality is most companies are expecting you to negotiate even just a little bit. Then we're going to throw in 2 quick bonuses that we're going to cover. We're going to go through the top 10 job interview questions where I'm going to take my shot at answering them, but more importantly, giving you a little insight into why those questions are asked in the first place, so that when you practice and you start thinking about how your story aligns with those questions, how you can maximize that and, again, be memorable and get you, to Module 7, the offer. And, of course, second bonus, I don't think a program would be complete if you had to go out and do too much of this on your own, especially since you're just getting out of school. So we're going to throw in resume, email, and even voicemail templates. How can you give me a voicemail template? We're going to give you a suggested script that you can modify, that you can make your own if you're following up with a recruiter or a hiring manager or the big boss, however that works. So that's what's included in the Job Interview Mastery Training course, the College Grad Edition. The 7 modules and the 2 bonus modules. We believe this whole course is going to serve you. It's going to take you into your career and to that next level, but I certainly don't want the relationship to stop there. So please keep us posted at Recruiter Confidential about your successes, or obviously if there's something that you're running into that we can help with, let us know. And until then, let's dive into the course, and I will catch you on the other side.